How's everybody doing on this Friday? It is May 30th. It's me, Colin, Wapsie River Rat hunting. Just out checking on my food plots. Kind of gone through a little bit of a dry spell. Everything's looking good. Clover's coming up. A little bit of the chufa that I'm trying this year is looking pretty good. All in all, if we can get the rain that they're forecasting for next week, we should be good to go. Here's a helpful hint for some of you guys. If you have access to private ground like I do, and you're on really good terms with the landowner, sorry about that, and he doesn't mind you driving out, if you're a hunter, okay, like, and I'm not meaning a hunter like Lee and Tiffany or Bomar, any of them that are, they're on a next playing level, okay? But if you're an average Joe and you've got access to it, and you had a long day at work and you don't want to walk a couple hundred yards to check your camera and stuff, I'm going to show you proof. Whoa, dropped the phone. I'm going to show you proof. I am not sprayed down. Never have been any time that I've come out here to check my plots. And that I don't spray my camera down either. And I have deer that are using where I'm standing as an absolute interstate system. I mean, it is so torn up, it is unreal. And I don't have deer get spooked. And I'm going to show that within 24 hours of me being out here, that I'll have deer, even though, like I said, I'm not sprayed down, I'm not sending it away, nothing. Within 24 hours, possibly even sooner, but normally within 24 hours, deer will start walking by my camera again, just like nothing ever happened. And I've been doing this for years out here on this property, because it's actually what the farmer would prefer, is driving, because this used to be a working cattle farm, and it's everything behind me is overgrown pasture. So a lot of the deer over time got used to vehicles and people being out and about. So I've got that going for me. But this is the exact location where I've got pictures of a buck that went over 160 inches. We nicknamed him Krabs. And this is the exact spot that I had pictures of him last year. Now, he's no longer with us. The guys that are able to go through here got him during Iowa's first shotgun season. But there's always at least one or two that are in that 160s, 170s category out here. Like I said, I'm fortunate enough that I don't have to try and grow big deer. They're just already here in the area, and I just use what is around. But so for you average guys, and you don't want to waste, you want to be able to save your money up for, something of the latest and greatest deal that's, coming out, or other things. You don't, I'm not saying not to, but you don't have to always spray down and do everything. I mean, is it not, does it hurt? No. But why would you want to spend, if you're somebody that comes out, I only come out about once a month. And this camera's been running since the start of May. But I'm only going to run my cameras until maybe the first part of August. And then I won't be out here again until Iowa's youth season, the middle of September. So I'll have, between now and the 1st of August, I'll have all my stands set. I'll have all my ground blinds set. I'll have everything anchored, all set, ready to go. But then it's got the whole month of August, and the first couple of weeks of September to settle down. So way more than a month for it to just settle down, let the deer be, do their thing. Like I said, doing that has worked really well for me. Now, do I constantly shoot big deer, do this, no, I don't. I could care less about shooting. I like shooting big deer. I like having the opportunities. I like seeing them. But I go for what gets my old ticker going. If I got a buck that's coming in and, I'm excited and stuff, and, it's, maybe it's a rainy day and I've got a 135 inch buck coming in, just seems like it was meant to be, scenario. I just go for what's in the moment at the time. There's times I'll let, deer like that walk. And then there's days that, they might get shot. So, but I'm not a typical big buck killer. I do like to hold out. I'm able to get a couple of different tags. I always get my statewide archery tag, and I always get a county antlerless tag, and then I always get a statewide gun tag. And if I don't see anything that gets me excited, normally my statewide gun tag ends up being I'll use it to help keep the deer population down in where I hunt and whack a big mature doe. So, like I said, with that being said, if you guys want to continue to, scent spray and do everything else, wait for the right wind and do all that, more power to you. But I'm just saying it, you don't have to, and I'll even show proof of that with this. So that's kind of why I'm doing this, and to let you guys know that it's Friday, May 30th. I'll do another video in June. I'll make sure to post it, and I will make sure to post the last picture on this camera, which should be me right now, and I will put that in, and then I will post the very next picture on it. And I don't have the date and time set correctly on it, and some of you people are going to be like, oh, well then how do you know? Because it still goes in sync. Okay, so it might say today is August 31st of 2021. Well, then the next picture might be November 1st of 2021, the following day. So that's how how I'll make sure to let you guys know that when that next picture was taken. Like I said, 9 times out of 10, when I'm out here, deer start cruising through. I've been out here doing these videos. I've had deer come by. I've had turkeys come by. They're used to quote unquote farm activity. So that's what I try to do every time when I check a camera, check on my stands, check on the plots. But I also try and limit myself. So, like I said, you guys don't have to spend the extra money during the summer months if you don't want to. If you guys want to, that's great, but I just want to let you know, Yeah, you may not get the great big mature bucks. They might pattern you, you know, they might become nocturnal, everything else. But if you're just doing it for the thrill of the hunt, like what I do and all my friends do, the guys that I hunt with, you know, we don't necessarily target certain deer. Now, obviously, if I was going to target a certain deer and hunt only that deer and nothing else and had a lot more control of a property, almost to the point of being a landowner, then I would go the extent and most definitely say the people you need to be watching and learning from would be the Kiskys, the Lakoskis, Bomar, you know, all those guys, Drurys. They're very well known, very well respected, and they know what it takes. And I'm a guy that doesn't have the time nor the energy to do what they do. I literally do the bare minimal, but I make sure to do enough to be successful, if that makes any sense. Because like I said, I'm not out here trying to target one specific buck. I'm just coming out here to have a good time, relax, and get away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. And that's what hunting does for me. And if you're a guy like me, like I said, this is what I do. And if you're able to make it a little easier, you won't spook deer. So you might spook them for a day, maybe two, but if you've got everything that actually holds deer for quite a while, you guys got nothing to worry about. But in another video, I'll get into, you know, tactics on, you know, oh hey, if it's just a passing through area, might share a little tidbit of information on what I've done in the past for that. So until the next one, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Like, subscribe, share, comment what you hate, what you love, yada yada. I have talked with Mason. We are going to do a giveaway. The way to get entered is comment on my videos, comment on his videos, and if you comment on one of ours, let the other one know that you've commented. So actually comment on both, so that way we know, and we will do a drawing, and he will be doing a giveaway with fishing baits or turkey call. We'll do something. We'll get a hold of you and let you, you know, kind of pick and choose which, you know, would you want a custom pot call, or would you want some walleye jigs or crappie jigs or something. We'll be able to help you guys out with that. Mason is Wapsie River Rat Fishing Adventures. I'm Colin with Wapsie River Rat Hunting. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Like, comment, share, subscribe, notification bell, do all that good jazz, guys. Have yourselves a great weekend.